Greetings, Arsmalik here. I am back, and I said that I was going to dig out the stairs, or I said I was going to uh, get some inventory. And I'll tell you, honestly, I'm partial to getting some inventory. However, since I'm here, looks like I'm going to go ahead and get the stairs. I've got a couple things to talk about. By the way, when I say I'm back, that's because I'm filming this on a Friday, my time. It's been a week, I think, since I played this map, but I was able to kind of stretch out the videos from last episode, or last recording session, I should say, to fill the time. So I feel pretty good about how much content you're getting in that regard. One thing I want to do is I want to take a peek up here. So from this cameraman's perspective, he needs to see the the steps. So I just want to get a mental image of what the map is telling me this area right here needs to look like before I start digging, and then I can get into some chit-chat while I dig. Okay. I think I will be good. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I go too far, I should actually make some stairs. Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't sure that that would actually work because it's not sandstone. I should also, just while I'm doing this, thank... And did I forget who it was? Was it Double Jumper or Vrail? I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot which of you told me how to make these decorative chiseled sandstones basically out of slabs. So thank you for that. I really enjoy all the comments on this series, particularly the helpful comments of hey, here's how you do whatever it is you were asking about, as opposed to here's what you did wrong, because I'm doing a lot of stuff wrong, and I'm sure you would be completely frustrated if you actually commented on everything that I do wrong. But I really do appreciate the constructive criticisms, or help, as I might call it. So what I'm thinking in my mind is something a little bit like this. I also have a song stuck in my head, so if I break into song in these episodes, well, how should I say, deal with it? That's what Honey Stuffs would say, one of my mentors. Sorry, that amused me. He is one of my mentors. He's a very nice guy. I don't get to play with him very much anymore because he doesn't do Minecraft, and that's all fine. That's his choice. But it's hard to schedule things with folks from 12 plus hours away in a time zone sense, and also that aren't playing the same games that you're playing. So anyway, and I don't know, I didn't really intend to talk about any stuffs in this particular episode. So there's that. What did I want to talk about? Bongo Tez. I'm going to talk about some things that I'm watching that are related to this series in particular. Meaning things that people are doing who comment on this series. I'm going to kind of pimp what they're working on that I enjoy. And so the first of those, I'm going to talk about Bongo Tez. I haven't talked about him that much on this series, I don't think. He's doing a really nice series of short episodes that are a tutorial, and I hope I don't describe this wrong. I don't think I will, but I hope this is what he would like me to describe it as. A tutorial series on how to do simple things or complex things, how he makes them simple using redstone and command blocks in particular. And it's things like clocks, but also scoreboards, trying to think what else was in this latest episode. That's actually not going to work. And we don't want to use up the diamond pick. And there's no reason for that to be there. Okay. Pick. This is too close. Where do we want the curve? We don't want the curve here. We want the curve here. And it's just a really nice series. And you're maybe like, well, yeah, obviously that's what he's doing. Why do you sound like you're not sure how you want to describe it? Well, because I think there's two reasons that he's doing that series. One is through his conversations with Fellonius. He's giving practical advice to somebody who actually wants and needs it real time, but also he's doing it for the community. But besides that, he's I think he's showing us particular things that are components he is mixing together into a larger map of some kind. Bangladesh, by way of history, is somebody that Fellonius discovered, and when I use that term discovered, I really mean it quite literally. Like, Fellonius was the first person within the group of Minecrafters that I hang out with to find Bangladesh's map, and then therefore like his channel and things like that. Well, that looks hideous. That looks absolutely hideous. Whoops. And then in playing his survival / adventure map, they became friends, and then Fellonius has sort of included or extended that friendship to the rest of us, and I'm very happy to have met Bongo Tess. He's a really nice guy. Very, very much concerned about animals, particularly dogs, and I believe he's very big on like the rescue programs, which I respect. And he makes that a theme, if you will, or a reason for his Minecraft videos. I'm sorry, it's not a theme. Basically, in every one of his videos, he, instead of putting a link to like how you can, just follow him, he's linking out how you can get involved with these kind of programs for the Humane Society, things like that. And anyway, I respect that. So that's something I've been watching lately and enjoying. Bongo Tez is pretty much spelled how it sounds. BONGOTEZZ. As you know, over in that direction, there is a NPC. Well, there's a dog named Blue, and there's a dog named Bongo. Not only are those cool dog names, but that basically is a reference to Bongo Tez, if I haven't already made that clear. What else am I watching? This is somewhat of a confession, if you will, because I, strangely enough, don't really have an interest in something called Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life, for those of you that don't know, is a Nintendo 3DS game. Honestly, I don't even know if I can call it a game. It doesn't feel like a game to me. It feels like it's it feels like it is just a random event generator that you can watch stuff. You can bring people into your world, their me's, their avatars, and watch them get into random situations and interact with them. And that was a dramatic pause, because that's all it is. That's what you do. You interact and you watch people interact. Why is this completely off? Man, I am horrible at building. I'm horrible at building. And so, I don't know. I kind of surprise myself in how little interest I have in that concept. Maybe it's just because I don't have a ton of time to play stuff, and I haven't been traveling as much as I typically do in the last couple weeks, I'll say. So I haven't really, like, when I'm able to play a game, I basically want to play a PC game because that's what I have time for, and I don't really want to waste a lot of time on anything else, to be honest with you. So maybe that's contributing to my opinion of Tomodachi Life. But I know a lot of people are playing it, a lot of people are enjoying it, and I really didn't have any interest in it. I kind of was half watching. This is where the confession part comes in. Well, I guess that was part one of the confession. But I was kind of half watching her episodes while I was doing other things. And, of course, you know, I would try to listen and, put out a comment on something I did enjoy. But I just wasn't interested in it. That's nothing personal. So that's just purely my thoughts about that game in particular. And so anyway, I was doing that, and then suddenly I found myself, oh, I know what it was. I think there was a question that was left for me on a video from her husband about, did I wonder what the conversation was about or something, and I was like, I don't know, I don't remember what you're referring to. And then basically I found out that I had missed a good portion of an episode in the middle. I must have been driving or something and not paying all that much attention while the video was just playing in the audio part. And so I went back and I rewatched the whole series, and oh man, I really enjoyed it. It was funny. And the funny part to me was seeing people that I know, like jGazMom and Fellonius, and jGazMom's family, represented in this game as me's, and just getting in these really funny situations, and it's not necessarily that she's making them do anything funny. The game is randomly doing funny things. Like, for instance, there are these dream sequences where you can kind of see what the me is dreaming about, and oh my gosh, they were beautifully random. If you know anything about me, about the stuff that I do outside of Minecraft, even in Minecraft for that matter, I'm a big fan of just random creative stuff. And I got to tell you, some of those streams were pretty hilarious. The cutscenes for news in that game were pretty hilarious. I'm really enjoying watching that playthrough. So if you have any interest, if that sounds at all interesting to you, jGazMom's channel should also be in the description of this video. It's literally jGazMom, if you're too lazy to look in the description, or if you forget and you need to find it in the future. And she is also working on a vanilla. Yeah, this is looking more like I envisioned it, although I'm going to make a hand signal, which is inappropriate. I was thinking of it as more of a funnel, wider on top and then sloping down and curving in. But I actually like this. I like this curved look here. And I'm just using very simple sandstone next to stair. I was going to do all the curvy stairs. I decided against it, and the rationale in my mind there is that this is, again, this is an ancient Tunisian temple that's actually there in the Tunisian savannah/desert somewhere, and the film crew is using the location, but they have been asked or have agreed to not, desecrate or spoil the natural landscape. They are building, or I should say filming, within the confines of the world as it exists. And they're using like green screens to put special effects into their movie, which of course they are. Um, and what that does for me as a map builder, because I'm building this completely in survival, this allows me to have a reason, a motivation for not doing big extensive builds and for actually using the landscape that is given to me by the map as opposed to a lot of terraforming. When I review maps, a lot of times I will comment on the fact that, oh, that's there might be a younger or an untrained map maker who is basically creating something that is making use of a natural spawning village. And to me, you didn't create that village. That's something Mojang created in their random creation generator. You're just using it. And so to take credit for that as part of your custom map is a little bit cheating, if you will, or lazy, I might have called it in some reviews. What am I doing? And so, but here, I actually have a reason to do it, and I'm optimizing it in this build, so I feel that I can take credit for doing that behavior. It's a pointed choice, and I'm augmenting. Let's check for creepers. I'm augmenting what is. Hey, Foreshadow, I didn't say hi to you, by the way. I'm augmenting what is there as opposed to just blindly using what is there. So if that makes sense to you, awesome. If it doesn't, then you may not be a map maker, or you may not get me. But either way, I'm fine, and I would welcome your perspective and your criticism on that choice that I've made. I'm certainly not. I am certainly not the. I don't always make the best choices in map making, and I like to learn from other people's opinions and that sort of thing. Okay, I think I'm not super happy with this here, and I'm not super happy with this. But notice how I have to keep going up and looking at adding it from a particular part of the player's angle where they're going to view it from, because it's really important to me to get certain scenes just right, and then from other angles it doesn't quite matter, but I'm really hoping the flow of the map takes them down a particular path, and they say, what is this? Why is this? Oh, green screen. Oh, hey, there's a guy here. He's got something to say. Let's go check it out. Although, more explicitly, this script supervisor is going to tell you to go there. But so because this is a temple, gosh, I really wish you could make sandstone walls. Because this is a temple, I do think there would be more light up here. Whoops, my gosh. Sometimes I gotta wonder how I learned block placing, or perhaps I've just proven that I never learned block placing. You know what else would be really awesome? I just thought of. How cool would it be if you could put a torch and then put a glass block over the torch, so like the torch is in the glass block? That would be really sweet looking. That would look like, what do you call those things? Lanterns. Oops, I think I want this piece of sand back right here. Yeah, see, I wanted this to be like, well, I'm okay with it, actually. We'll put a little bit of red sand in here. Oh, I do have red sand on me. We'll do that next, if this looks right. Someone left me a comment on a video, and I apologize. I don't know who it was, and I don't think they've actually left me very many comments since then, so I will continue to consider this request, but most likely I'm not going to be able to make this change. They said that it's annoying. I'm sorry, no, they said it's distracting when I walk around with an item in my hand, as opposed to, I guess, when I walk around with nothing in my hand and you see this pink fleshy thing sticking out. So it seems kind of, I don't know, I don't know that in any video I've ever seen anyone can really do anything about that, but I just thought I would mention it because I do consider comments, and something like that I will think about for days. You might hear an ice machine in the background. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Probably was no real gap in time to you, but I am happy with that. I was thinking about glowstone block, but I think torches definitely feel more primitive. Do you guys hear my computer fan? I don't know if you guys hear that, and I won't know until I edit this, but it's kind of bugging me. In my old house, I had the computer under the desk, and it worked out fine. You know what? I want to do the red sand before I forget. Sorry about that. It worked out fine. I didn't kick it too much, and this desk is a little bit wider in this new desk, but I didn't want to have it under the desk with a lot of wires under there and stuff. I have it off to the side, but I think either the fan is getting louder, because I think this is almost 4 years old now, or that's not actually how I want this to go. It have to be this block, or because it's off to my left, probably about 2 feet away from me. It's on the side of the desk, on a board, a piece of wood on the ground that allows, because before it was on this like plastic mat. Actually, it was an overturned plastic bin lid, so that it wasn't flush on the carpet, because I wanted to leave a little bit of space for the fan. But now it's on a board, so and on the plastic bin, it sort of sagged a little bit, like the bin is a little soft. And so there was a bit of give, and so the fan, I think, was actually mostly obscured. Whereas now that it's on a board, the fan is free to suck air out the bottom, or I'm assuming it's sucking air in the top of the case or the side. No, side's probably just vented. It's sucking air in from the back and pushing it out through the top and the bottom, and maybe that's why it seems louder to me. But you guys let me know if it's annoying. It's actually stopped now, or it's gone down to a lower revolution, so it doesn't seem as noisy as when I first sat down just now after coming back from seeing who was making ice in the kitchen. Okay, so I don't know if I talked about this already, but I'm going to say it here anyway. I have been trying on my videos to experiment, and maybe I didn't mention it because I wanted to see what kind of comments I got. I've been experimenting with different styles. Did I do that, or was there a villager here now? Different styles. Wait a minute. I don't even hear this villager anymore. Alright, he is still in there. Don't worry, buddy. You're safe. You'll be released when the filming of the movie begins. yeah, I just wanted to experiment with different endings to see what people could stand or what they liked or didn't like. And the reason I started that, this has bugged me for a while. I'm going to fix this. The reason I started that was because two people in relatively quick succession left me comments about my videos, some of my videos ending pretty quickly, like e.g. with a cliffhanger, but with no sort of audio to confirm that I intended it to be a cliffhanger. They just thought, well, for a second that maybe their computer stopped, like paused, and then they realized, oh yeah, that was a intentional Arsmailing cliffhanger. So I decided to add, and maybe I'm lazy, but in some series I don't like to do a lot of editing. Some I like to do a lot of editing. Some I don't like to do editing. Oh, I never got that other lead. And I like to just literally do a cut and like really leave the viewer in a cliffhanger. And so it's extra work to add something at the end. And the way that I edit videos from a series, it ends up being extra work. Because basically what I do, if you can imagine a video editing program. Okay, you stay right there, buddy boy. Don't go back to your original spawn point as people theorize that you are trying to do. I drag all the clips in at once, and then I chop it up into bits where I want episodes to start and end. And then what I do is I will save it, and I will cut like let's say I'm doing episode 1, I'll go ahead and cut episode 1, and I'm sorry, no, I'll keep episode 1, and I will cut out, delete everything beyond that, and then render it. And then I will do an undo, and I will take everything for episode 2 and keep that in, and I will cut out everything else. And so it's kind of just the way that I do my editing, but because I'm afraid that I will lose those cuts if I do it a different way. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Actually, I'm getting a phone call for work that I have to take, and so I will continue in a moment. Greeting! This is a new series in which myself and jGazMom play random maps from the Minecraft forums.
So, this happened.
Hello, Ron.
Hello, jGazMom.